Hello and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to work on the newer model GE front load dryer. So we're going to show you how to disassemble it, and also at the end of the video we're going to show you how to check all the parts. So let's get started. So first thing first, make sure you unplug it, and then you'll take like a little flathead or something like with a little needle point to remove the little clip. Then you have a 1/4 bit screw that you have to remove there, and then you'll just slide the panel off. This paperwork is not there, I just already took it apart once. So here you have two 1/4 bit screws that you'll have to remove counterclockwise. So now having the two screws removed, you're going to press the panel towards its right. It's clipped into a Phillips screw, as you'll see here in a moment. So just press towards your right and it should just come right off. Just kind of wiggle it, and there we go. So right here is the screw where that is pressed into, as you can see here. So if you press it towards the right, it'll come right off. So right here you have a little clip that you have to disconnect to remove the panel. It looks like you can insert a phone jack into like one of the old school ones, but probably for diagnostic. But just press that in. It has two clips, and then once removed, you'll just pull the display forward, and then you'll disconnect the coax to the display control board. Just press down a little button and pull it straight out. Don't yank with the wires. And then you have a couple screws in the front of the door that you will have to remove, but first we're going to take this top panel off. You have 4 1/4 bit screws that you do have to remove, and then you'll pull the panel actually towards you to remove it, as you'll see here. So once again, you'll pull it towards you and lift straight up, and then just put it somewhere safe. Eventually we will have to remove this harness from this top panel, but now let's remove the 3 Phillips screws from the front of the door. This actually holds the door into the inner support, and it's actually 4 Phillips screws, my bad. So now we're going to remove the front door by removing the 1/4 bit screws that screws down into the upper support. So there should be a total of 4. So after removing this side screw, I do have a door switch harness I do have to remove, but to remove this door, remove the filter too, but you have to lift up and pull out. So you have to lift up on both sides at the same time and then pull outwards. Before you just yank the door off, you do have to disconnect the door switch. Yeah, it's just clipped in like that. So let's remove the door switch. Here, I'll try to give you a better angle here in a moment. So yes, right here is the door switch that you will disconnect. When you pull off the switch, just press down the little clip and pull it out, and then you'll just lift the door straight up and just put it somewhere safe. Now we're going to remove this front support housing. So you have, I believe, a total of 4 1/4 bit screws, 1 on the left and right, and 2 on the top. And just organize these screws so you can kind of keep track of where they go. So to remove the support, you're going to lift straight up and kind of turn towards the sides. So this is very sharp, so if you're not a technician, I recommend using gloves. I should have worn gloves myself, but these little pins you have to press together and press through the housing itself, as you'll see here in the video. Okay, at this point we're going to disconnect the door light switch harness, and then we're going to slide this through the hole, but just don't yank it because you can cut the wire and have like an open line. And then after this, we're going to remove this 1/4 bit screws that connects to the front housing support, and then we're going to remove the bottom part here. So there's a total of 3 1/4 bit screws, and then this will have to be removed before we remove the front door support, or front support housing, I would say. So once removed all the 1/4 bit screws, you'll just slide down and put it somewhere safe. Clean it out if it's clogged, and make sure this blower is clogged. And here's another 1/4 bit that you will have to remove the front support. There we go. And then you'll disconnect this sensor. And then you have 4 1/4-bit screws, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. And after you remove these screws, you just want to lift straight up on this front support, drum support. Disconnect that first, and then it's kind of clipped into the housing on both sides. You can see it has 2 little clips. And now we're going to have to remove the belt from the either pulley. So let me see if I can get a good angle so you can see exactly what's going on. So there's the pulley itself, and as you can see, the belt goes around it. So I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So you pull back. It's easier with 2 hands, as you'll see. So you pull back. As you pull back, it loosens up the belt where you can disconnect it from the pulley, which is there. So let me see if I can do it with one hand and record this, and it's pretty tight. So yeah, I'm going to have to do it with 2 hands, but you get the concept. So yeah, doing it with 2 hands is way easier. So I'll pull, and I'll take my right hand to disconnect it from the motor pulley itself. So now having the belt removed, I'll just make sure I pull the belt out, but make sure it's not connected to nothing where I yank or break anything, and just gently remove it. And once removed, you just pull the tub straight out and just put it somewhere out of the way. So this is where mostly all the heat controls are located. Right here you have your high limit. If this dryer can't vent well, it'll back up above the fuse and the motor won't work. So this should be one to check if your motor's not turning on or you're just having a clicking sound. These are your high limits. There's 2 there, and then there's your gas coils. And this is your igniter, which if it's broken, we'll show you how to check that too. This is the high limit fuse there, so that should read. We'll teach you how to test that and so forth. So just turn your multimeter on the ohm settings, and this will just be a continuity check. So this is your 2 high limit fuse on the top of the burner. So if you have a lot of back heat, these will open up and the unit will not heat. So these should read anywhere from 0 to 5 ohms. My multimeter is real fragile or sensitive, I would say. So, and then you'll check your igniter. If you have no heat, it should read anywhere from 55 to 80 ohms average with it connected in the harness. So as you'll see here, we're 61 ohms, so that's a good igniter. So yeah, sorry, my multimeter is acting up, but yeah, 60.9, so that's a good igniter. So you should be somewhere in that range. If you have open line, obviously it's bad. This is the output blower fuse, so this should read 0 to 5 ohms. If that reads open line, that would be a problem. This is the fuse that controls the motor, so that should read 0 to 5 ohms. This is the mister. It'll read like 24, 26k ohms, which means 1000. So you do have to have a chart to check that. Well, I hope this video was helpful, and please hit that like and subscribe button if you're interested in future videos. If not, just please hit the like button if it is helpful, and have a good day.